We are here live at the we live at the color. Well, we're not live, but we here at the Colors of Pride Ball, the second annual. So, how does it feel? Like you just had your second successful ball in a row. How does it? So you tired?
I am relieved. I am grateful that we were even able to do the ball, but shit, I got my damn shoes off. But we successful. Shit, the ball went all the way through, all categories called, all the money was given out. Congratulations to the House of Balenciaga and the House of BALMAIN for grand prize, House with the most points. They both had 7. It was a little bit of discrepancy, but we came to a good resolve. We split the money. Both houses got the $2,500. I'm sure the girls are going to talk about it.
Wait, can I get my house over here? We got our money. Let's leave it at that. Because that's crazy. Yeah, we did. We split the money. That way. Allegedly.
Why did you want to throw this ball in the first place?
Well, I'm going to take it all the way back because I think a lot of people don't really understand the history of Black Pride. So,
right. Because this is like for years, like decades have been known as Hotter Than July, but now it's the Black Pride Society Incorporated. So tell us a little bit about how that transitioned from Hotter Than July to Black Pride Society.
So what I want to say, I don't think it's necessarily a transition. I just think that it's time to kind of restore what we historically know what is Black Pride here in Detroit. Even before COVID, I can't remember the year. I want to say it's maybe 2017. Someone got shot out at the park during Pride, and after that, the committee had decided they no longer wanted to provide anything that was that encompassed or made the community.
Did you know who got shot personally?
No, I didn't even know somebody got shot. I just heard from somebody else.
Right.
So for years, people have been coming to the city from out of state, from all over, anticipating Black Pride, or what you all call Hotter Than July. It has kind of disintegrated down into kind of hosting certain parties that is inclusive for a certain demographic of the LGBT community. Last year,
and what demographic is that?
The older community, older individuals who historically have always supported Hotter Than July.
So will we be part of the older community?
We were not.
Older?
It's more so older. The cabaret,
like the 50s, 60s.
It's giving mid 40s. Well, let me not say it. It's giving 50s because bitch, no shame, I'm early 40s. So. But you know, it's been for an older crowd for some years now. Even during COVID, they didn't want to do any picnic. They would have like testing zones at Palmer Park where historically Pride has been, but there has really been no really celebration or festival.
So do people still come out and celebrate Hotter Than July?
Yes. Okay. They still, well, that demographic still comes out and support.
But the younger crowd doesn't.
Absolutely not.
What do you think the disconnect is with the younger? Is it just because they're catering to them, or is it because the younger crowd just hasn't, like they weren't ushered into those traditions?
No, I think they cater to that community and that demographic because that's their network. So when you think about it, like from the community, you can ask around for anybody from my age to younger, and ask many people how many people get email lists or information regarding like what's coming up with Hotter Than July. When they have a planning committee, like do they involve the community when it comes to the planning and what Pride looks like? That makes it inclusive. That has not happened for years. Last year, I decided to start my own organization to try and revitalize or restore what we all have historically known for Black Pride here. You've experienced Pride here, a lot of people have, and we haven't really had that for a long time. So I pretty much utilizing my resources, my networks to procure some funding and some resources to really make things happen. We've had events going on from Thursday. The last event is tomorrow, which is the Freak Week at Palmer Park. So
dope. And congratulations on that, because, you know, it's not easy. Like anybody can have an idea, but to actually bring it to fruition and actually make it an actual thing, congratulations on that. On the Black Pride Society, Inc. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Good. So, you know, like I said, congratulations. And like if there's been so many issues around like the Black Pride and who they are choosing to cater to, why would you choose this weekend to throw the ball?
Well, one, I will have to give one big example. For Hotter in July for this weekend, they are still around. They're still present. They did have an event. Today, as a matter of fact, it was at the Soundboard. There was a concert with some artists that I'm not really familiar with. I'm not sure if it was jazz or what, but they were reaching out and marketing to their network in some communities. And no shade, the community don't want to hear jazz. They want to hear Cardi B. They want to do all of that. So, why would we want to change historically, like what the culture of our community has always been? So,
Yeah.
It's not necessarily, I'm not necessarily doing this to make any money. I'm not doing this for any of that. I'm doing something to make sure that there's presence in this community. So when I decide I want to come out, I want to have fun, I know that
It's something
people
to do.
that I consider as family, there's something to do, there's something fun. So that's what I try to create from Thursday all the way up until tomorrow.
Do you have contention in your heart behind how the Hotter Than July has excluded a lot of the community? It's okay if yes.
So I'll say this. I think that a lot of the conversations and advocacy from the community around being a part and making Pride look like what it is falling on deaf ears. I've sat on the planning committee for quite a few years in the past with kind of advocating and giving them like, well, I'm in the community. I work with the community. I know these people in the community. So I know that this isn't what they want to come to. And it's like, okay, well, we're going to do it anyway. So I ain't gonna lie. Somebody from the state, they felt like the same way. So they put a bug in my ear like, well, why don't you take over Pride? Like, the people, the resources, you have the connections in the public health. So, why not go ahead and start it? So, I jumped out on a leap of faith. A couple years ago, my uncle passed away.
Oh, sorry.
So I utilized some of the money that was inherited to me, that was passed down from families, to actually start my own organization and put into the ball last year. So a lot of people had this assumption that I got funding and things like that. I misappropriated funds. That was nowhere near the case. Last year, I didn't get any sponsorship from any organization.
Right.
I came out of my own pocket and put together that whole week from out of my own money that was given to me by my deceased uncle.
Right. And y'all always choose like a lot of grand prizes and like grand prizes like the 5,000, the 10,000. For as far as this ball, how did you choose the grand prize that you chose for this ball and why?
So I want everybody to revisit last year's ball, the First Colors of Pride ball. And I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't really get the support that I was looking for this year. There's a lot of individuals who are in the community who didn't necessarily like my response after the whole ordeal that happened, the fight, the setup with the girls trying to get the money. And, it was a whole...
What setup?
So if you're aware of the fight and how it broke out, if you see the video...
Right. The actual fight at the ball.
The actual fight at the ball.
Okay.
So, and I always explain this things like when I say it, then it's like, oh, I'm lying, or it's fabricated. But the reality is that myself, Frank, and the other person last year that was collaborating on the event, we all sat down and collectively came up with an agreement on splitting the $12,000 completely that was supposed to be given out. We were going to split that in 3 ways. All of us had our money except for one person. When the event came about, their team wasn't getting them votes that they was looking for, and they was losing. So, I don't know whether it was drastic times calls for drastic measures. The girls was under the influence and was filling their oats. I don't know what the issue was, but the fight broke out, which means I didn't get to create the moment that I was looking to create, which would have helped not only restore our ballroom scene here in Detroit, but also make people feel safe to come here and still engage and kind of bring the spirit of the balls that we all go out of town to really get that experience. I wanted to bring it here.
Right.
They ruined that. So
it was like a very unfortunate incident. It was like one of the worst fights I've seen like inside a ball. in like the recent years.
Yeah, I feel like it was unfortunate and it was very unnecessary. I wasn't necessarily able to really be focused on what was going on at the ball because of other logistical things that didn't work out the way it planned. So they started the ball without me. I wasn't even there in the building.
Right, you wasn't.
I was not there. I came in while the categories
y'all was supposed to be the first episode of this series.
Exactly.
But we didn't do it that week.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, so it was a lot of things that was going on. And even though like Frank, well, Jupiter, y'all know, he kept like coming, like he was feeling eerie about it as well. But a lot of people didn't know I still had my own resources on the back end to make sure that I had money to supplement what I knew the other person didn't have.
So as far as like drama, like do you have any ill feelings towards him still to this day? Yes. Okay. What about CJ? Because he was technically the one that kind of like started the fight. So like, and I know y'all have always been cool. So like, has that affected your relationship?
Absolutely. I don't speak to any of them now. I don't think there's really nothing to discuss at this point. And I've always said it, if they're not willing to come and really have an honest conversation with me, there's really nothing to talk about. I don't owe any ditch apology about anything that happened last year. Everything happened the way it happened, and I definitely had every reason to feel upset in the way that I did. Again, like I said, they ruined the moment. Again, this year they thought they was going to ruin the moment and did not by boycotting and asking the girls they were coming and rioting. So I guess the icons was not, well, let me not say all the icons because no shade, shout out to Tim. He did come out, show up and support, so we're definitely
at the end.
Yeah, I mean, but he still showed up. But
he came at the end.
Yeah,
that's like half-ass support. So like as far as like throwing the ball again, because you know you
absolutely
had. I mean, you had the ball last year with Drama, and you took Drama out. So it seems like doing it with Jupiter / Frank is more easier for you. Do you think you'll keep that same collaboration going?
Absolutely. I think the only change that's going to happen is that I'm not going to be in the forefront. So it's not going to be LSS, you know, this the person who helped. It's not going to give that. I'm looking to more so just focus on building and strengthening my organization and just kind of working on the back end to kind of acquire some funding to kind of help, again, restore Black pride here in the city of Detroit. So the ball is definitely going to happen next year.
That's what's up.
The events is still going to happen.
I'm happy.
And I'm already working on the planning committee for next year. So it's going to be bigger and it's going to be better. And if the girls don't like it, then they can suck my dick from the back.
Okay. So what about the did you have sponsors? I know you didn't have sponsors last time. Did you have sponsors this time?
Absolutely. I definitely want to give a shout out and a thank you to Coretown Health. They did provide some support. Gilead Sciences Incorporated, they did as well as Vive Healthcare. So I did get 3 sponsors this year. They definitely came out, supported, set up tables. And even after this, we're still having conversations about what the future is going to look like with partnering with actually building and getting some more consensus from the community on not only what pride looks like, but what does public health look like here in the city of Detroit, and trying to create some programming that's not only inclusive, but it's exclusive to the needs of the community.
Right. That's dope. And I really like one of my best things about the night was like kind of like the energy. Like for me, it don't need to be like, even sometimes like when I get booked at those bars that have like 1,000 people, the crowd be dead. You know what I mean? Sometimes when it's like a smaller, intimate affair, you have people that are more like excited, and that's kind of what it felt like tonight.
Yeah, but you got to think about it, Jay. No shade. Who all was not here?
The Lavians.
No, it's not just them. I don't want to. I don't. And let me say this publicly. I don't want to keep including and saying the House of Lavian. I'm just gonna say the Detroit chapter of the House of Lavian. I'm gonna make it very clear because a lot of people, I guess, everybody want to choose.
Oh, right, because you was a Lavian before.
Yeah, I was. Right. So, like I said, this year it was gonna go just the way I wanted. Next year is gonna be bigger and better. We've built a relationship with this beautiful venue. It's going to happen again next year.
And they didn't trash it?
Did not trash it.
Yeah.
Everybody got what they needed and got what was promised to them. Right. And if the girls think that they're going to call and inquire about getting a space, guess what?
Nope.
I'm the pre-screener, so it's going to be a yes or no for me, so you better find somewhere else to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
You picked Precious to, commentate the ball. The commentator is really important on, just the overall feel of the ball. Why did you choose Precious, and also why did you choose DJ Tone for the DJ?
So I'm going to start with Tone first. Tone has done and emceed DJ'd every ball that I've had from 2007 up until now. So his presence and his support has always resonated with me over the years. Like, he's always been there for me. Even before I started, like, really walking balls, we've always been, like, one of them girls who was in the club dancing and having a good time. So I just had to, I had to keep him in it. I wanted to do something different with Precious. Like, we had the conversation, especially with the ordeal that happened with Kevin and him. Like, we've had our conversation. He sent me majority of the money back. So, you know, I took it with a grain of salt. And like I said, like, everything is a learning lesson for me. So I'm just trying to make sure that I instill on not only what my intentions is with not only building this organization, but also having these balls and these events. But I want people from out of state to let go of this narrative or this perception that's been lingering in the city for over 20 years around.
Yeah, they still talk about that bus incident.
Yeah, these people that y'all praise that has been tearing the city down for years. And now there's some new bitches in town that's going to pull the city together and really make it look the way it wants to. So if these girls want to divide, they just got one after tonight.
Damn. Well, speaking of divide, you know, like, shade comes along with Ballroom. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's like altercations. Like last year, it was a big fight. And, you know, this year it was a little bit argument going on with the house with the most trophies. How do you deal with all of those like fiery personalities in one room without it overspilling and becoming a thing?
So, no shade. One, I'm going to say, I'm nobody's mental health specialist.
Okay.
I'm no therapist, no nothing. But one thing I always learn, that a motherfucker not going to listen to you until they get it off their chest. And even tonight, when they had they back and forth about the 5,000 and all these discrepancies, I had to explain to them, I hear everybody's point and I agree, and everybody's point is validated, but I also want to put in place that judges are put on this panel to not only go by what the categories is calling for, but you are on there to advocate to make sure everybody has a fair chance to be judged. That didn't completely happen tonight, clearly, because the argument should have never happened. It was tied up just from the votes that was calculated. There was a discrepancy with one of the categories with them giving their opponent away to a house. So I did, in all fairness, regardless of whether I'm a part of the house or not, I had to still respect that, because it was true. Once they showed the video and the person didn't originally have on the hat, like, I could not excuse that. Like, that would have been completely unfair, and I've never been like that. But when it comes to the performance category, it said on there specifically what it was calling for. The person never asked me about the categories because I wrote them, and we've already been down that road. So you already know I'm a stickler when it comes to shit that I write. He asked somebody else. They agreed. When it was time for him to walk, they asked where who he was given away to. It says on there specifically the house name must be on there. He showed the B. They saw it. He got his tens. He battled all the way to the end.
But it was supposed to say actually BALMAIN.
It was supposed to be the actual house name.
Wow.
That's exactly what it said. So just like I had to explain to them, we coming.
Okay.
We coming.
So yeah, I get what you
see. So I'm trying to be fair. Like, I'm not jumping on nobody's stats, but we also have to look at the bigger picture.
So basically, like, how you deal with shade is you just try to impartial and try to like navigate.
Yes, like I'm never like, I'm not choosing nobody's side. I don't give a fuck, friend, foe. If you wrong, you wrong.
Okay.
Period, point blank. If you don't like me for it, then bitch, I'm gonna sleep good at night and wake up.
Even if it was no, let me be very real. If I paid for a vinyl, bitch, that vinyl will come off. It will still come off. Y'all overdoing it. Okay. I didn't have a BALMAIN piece.
On the flyer, it says no glitter on your stuff.
Well, guess what? But why
You don't say no glitter.
What's
the whole name? Why are you just putting the B symbol? Where's Joe? Because this is our symbol.
No, I'm being have a fucking symbol.
No shade. There is no shade.
I'm being exactly technical what it says.
He walked up like this. It's on camera. He walked up like this and they said, okay.
What are you yelling for, first of all? What are you talking about? Brother,
why is everybody so hostile in this city?
Yeah, because he asked me a question.
We have two different questions.
Listen, you said I didn't chop him. We can't chop. Why would I chop him? Because he had on the all-white outfit. I didn't chop him. That wasn't required at that B. That was to give him a point. So since that B is not right, it don't count. Right or wrong? Why would I chop him for having all white when that's what it's calling for?
When
He had on the.
But it also called for the 007 to cover the house name.
If they were giving a point away. So since that beat don't count, that don't matter, right?
They ain't saying
Right or wrong?
nothing. Where's the ball
But y'all
man?
asked it.
They
Y'all asked. Came up in there and showed
And
it.
he showed y'all.
No,
Ain't
he didn't
nobody
show me
contested.
anything.
It was over.
But I'm not taking away from him showing
Now
it.
that it's time for the money, it's contested. Come on now.
That B could have been for his logo on his thing. We don't know what that B meant.
We just
He
showed.
didn't say this is what about Ballmain point. He just said a B.
They
What
said
do we know that for? Like, come on, be
It
real.
wasn't just
Like,
a B,
let's
it
not
was
be.
the Ballmain
I know y'all
symbol.
Ballmains. I know y'all want it so bad and all that, but let's be
Y'all
real.
get 2 hours and you argue too, so let's not.
It's fair
So let's
though.
not.
Being fair.
Let's fucking not.
Stop calling my name. Keep talking. Leave me the fuck alone. Like I said, stop trying to play us. Y'all know that was ours. That B could have meant anything. Everybody over here knows that. Dead ass. That B could have meant anything. And he said no written letters. That was not a logo. That was a written letter. So stop playing with me. You a promoter. And you know I'm not lying.
I said it already. You
So
the
why
one
are
that's
they
yelling.
over here? Why are they telling me that I'm wrong?
I don't know why they tell you. I'm not you wrong. I'm not you wrong.
You're not right.
So what's the...
Joe.
It was a
Reality, I really
Yes. That's why because I'm the one that
No, I don't think nobody should be splitting anything because there's no tie. Blue point should not count.
They got what?
That was a written letter. That's against y'all rules, right or wrong.
no, but I told Blue he could.
And you said he cannot.
I said that already. I didn't know nothing about it. It was not but it said not the exact logo. He did not have the exact logo.
He just said, I'm not yelling at you because you better wrong. He just said that on the flyer he says no written letter. So how is it that the flyer says this? That's nationwide. Everybody's gonna read that. They're not gonna know y'all personal conversation between y'all saying he can do it. They read
Like I said, he talked to him. He didn't talk to me.
Why was somebody contested when he said
y'all got to not. Somebody gotta tell me I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
I'm not.
If the flyer says no written letters, that's what it says, right? Am I right or am I wrong? I'm not listening to nobody else but these two because these are the only two people that matter to me right now. Am I right or wrong? If a flyer says something to bring it some type of way, are you supposed to bring it that way or bring it on however you and or somebody else talk underground? Or you go
I'm not even that. What I'm saying is that everybody on that panel was picked to go by what was on the flyer.
That's my one question. Do you go by the flyer
And they
or
went
do you go by what somebody else said?
it was up to y'all to go by the flyer. That was the judges. Y'all did not contest it at that time.
Let me tell you what you didn't do.
Y'all figure that out. Nobody told me. If you would have told me, it would have already been said.
Like I said,
Everybody that reached out to me and asked questions about their category, I responded and said,
It was the judge's job to follow the flyer.
the Ballmains can happen.
no, that's not how it's happening. That's not how it's happening.
It was the judge's
Hold on.
So either
All the Ballmains to the top. All right, y'all need to let's not go there. Anyway.
No. Let me be real clear then. Because to be honest, a lot of bitches should have got top for that $500 for real. Because I said a sports thing. I don't know no ebony team, no sports thing. I don't know no sports thing. I don't know.
Go get the radio and stuff from Archie. Radio and
Nobody did their job, so now
Go
we're
ahead.
here.
Y'all go.
So it's tied up. Because you had on the odd number jersey. Just you being technical. Just you being technical.
Wasn't the Ballmain when the Ballmain said no, he had it?
I'm asking you though. You the one over here talking about it. I'm asking you. He had 15 and said female fit. So you want to be fair on one end and not fair on one end.
I know that everybody responsible because everybody that was walking and everybody that was judging allowed for the shit to happen. So now we here and y'all tied up. So now what?
Reached out to you, and y'all flyer said that they had to have a written letter. This boy bought it here with a written letter. Y'all cannot tell me that is not fair. This is about
It had to be the exact. I told him it had to be the exact same thing, Joe.
And technical.
It doesn't the exact
They
same
won by the
thing.
flyer all night.
All night. I told him it was the exact same realness. The same way y'all said he posted that was different, and Bub got 10s for a motherfucking odd. It's the same shit happening right now. So you want to be fair? Be all the way fair.
But no shade, like I said, and I'm gonna be real technical. If you want to be honest, if you go back and reopen all realness, nobody should have came with no ebony, aga, no house name jerseys. They should have came in a fucking sports jersey, and that's exactly what it says. A sports team, any team, it doesn't matter. That's exactly what it said. And your house member walked and won and got an extra point. To be fair, and that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying.
Nothing to do with it. It's our money in it. That's to do with
A few moments later.
Wait, can I get my house over here? We got our money. Let's leave it at that. Because that's crazy. Yeah, we did. We split the money. That way. Allegedly.
What was your favorite category tonight?
Oh, shit. Performance definitely was one, because I like the energy.
Okay.
I think for me, honestly, runway was a little surprise for me because one, I wasn't expecting a couple of the looks that I saw.
Right.
Secondly, I forgot that one of the people left their house, and then when it came down, I was ready to give them the 500 in the pot. And they were just like, "Oh no, battle 007." I'm like, "Oh, this is about to be cute." And he got to battle his old house mother, so I just thought that it was a moment for him. Like regardless of win, lose, or draw, it was a moment for him. And that's another person like. This city has a lot of walking legends.
And who was it?
Jack
007.
Right.
Okay.
But there's like a lot of walking legends in the city that has been walking, that's been traveling, that's been winning along with me, and don't get the just deserved because they're not a part of the Fantastic Four franchise. They don't ride the same boat with the girls who be selling the drugs and tricking with the little kids to come out. No shade, and I'm just being completely honest because at this point now, I really don't care.
Right.
I don't. And it's just given that because, like I said, nobody is going to stop no show that I'm doing.
Right. I definitely feel you. Like I said, I want to thank you for having me again this year and last year. Give me 5 words of what tonight was like from your experience in totality.
It's not even 5 words. It's just one word: redemption.
I know that's
my
right.
sole purpose was to make sure that the money that was not given out last year was going to be given out this year. The $5,000 to $2,500 for Best Dressed Mother and Father was literally attention for Father Delcor.
And he ain't even come.
No, but to be honest, I knew they were not going to come because they were still tight about that situation. So I tried to, create something. Maybe they'll come again. If not, it's all.
And ain't nobody walking, did they?
Did not.
So, but hey.
Yeah, no shade. So, coin back in my pocket.
Exactly.
No shade. And it's no shade. I don't do this to make no money. Don't.
Right.
For what?
You do it for the love and for the culture.
Yeah, no shade. There's nothing here in the city.
All right.
Everybody goes to the same 2 bars.
Right.
The same people throwing the same balls, the same people on the same panels doing the same bullshit they've been doing.
Yeah.
Everybody girls with the same girls. So, it's definitely giving alliance here. And I think nationally people know that. That's why people don't come here.
Damn.
Period.
Well, that leads to my last question is describe Detroit's ballroom scene in one word.
Rebirth. Because it's coming.
That's what's up.
Next year, y'all gonna gag. Trust me. This is only the beginning.
Dope. Okay.